Good morning, traders. Jefferson Fosse here with Walsh Trading. Happy, Thursday. It is Thursday, October 2nd. It's a couple minutes here after 7:45. The grain markets just paused here for the overnight session. Please keep in mind futures trading does involve substantial amounts of risk, certainly not suitable for all investors, traders, or producers. Let's take a look and see what the markets did here yesterday, what may have happened here overnight, and what might happen here today. Starting off with the December fat cattle here, down 27 yesterday, 234.50 is how they finished. Did spike up and get all the way up here to 236.45, but we failed from that, finishing some almost $2 off the highs. That's not a particularly bullish sign in my interpretation here. Short-term averages did flip to the sell side here with Tuesday's trade, but that 50-day moving average is giving strong support here so far in the last 4 sessions here, going back to last Friday. We've tested it a couple of times here. Today that number's at 238.20, or at least that's where it was at the close here yesterday. We'll have a different number for that here this morning. I don't know. I think this was fairly bearish. I don't like the fact that cattle prices could not break up above trend line, could not go up to push new highs when we started to hook back higher here last week, or the beginning of last week rather, and we faded back here. The market just seems a little bit heavy in my opinion. Same thing here with feeders. They rallied up yesterday, got up as high here at 362.77 here. You reference the November contract, running into that trend line resistance and failing here, finishing down in the red, down $1.75 yesterday. Short-term averages are still on the bullish side here for the moment, but they're about ready. I'm pretty sure today's open here. If we open up any bit lower here, that should flip to the sell side here, with the 5 and 10-day moving averages being only decimals apart here at the moment. 50-day moving average giving you support here at 348 or so. I think failing against that trend line resistance, probably not friendly for the feeders. Did it on pretty strong volume here yesterday. I don't know. I don't think that's very friendly. I think cattle markets might want to trade a little bit lower. Hogs were definitely lower here yesterday, down $1.82. Each day this week has gotten a little bit worse for the bulls anyway. Down 70 on Monday, down $1.62 on Tuesday, down $1.82 here on Wednesday. Closed below those June highs here. I was kind of expecting that to match up as support. Hasn't quite just yet. We've also got that mid-September low here, right around 86.52. We closed 86.90 here yesterday. If that 52 holds, yeah, we're going to bounce and go right back up. So maybe that nice half a round number there, 86.50, may hold as support. If that doesn't, the 50-day moving average is in play at 85.75. And you've also got trend line support here, roughly at 84.75 or so, in the 100 days at 84.14. Hog market looks a little bit heavy. Stochastics pointing down, MACDs pointing down, and real strong volume here yesterday compared to the earlier days in the week. So we might get a little bit more selling pressure ahead of this. Corn market made a nice little recovery here yesterday. It traded down to 410.5, but ended up closing here at 416.5. It was up a penny here by the end of the session yesterday. This morning it is sharply sideways. Unchanged is where they finished the overnight session here, 416.5. You've got that 50-day moving average from 414.5. That's going to be the key support that we have to stay above on a closing basis, I think. Short-term averages are on the sell side. The 5 days giving you resistance here at 420. That's at 418 or so, 418.5. The 10 days at 421.5. Market seems like it's got a little bit of a heavy bearish downtrend. It's going to be a big crop. You've got comments here from the Treasury Secretary that he actually thinks this is going to be a big crop. It's going to force more farmers selling because we probably don't have the storage on hand just to keep it around. So that would be a bearish influence here on the grain markets. Soybeans down a penny and a quarter here in the overnight market, but yesterday had a very nice bullish engulfment here, up 11 and a quarter. Some of that is due to a technical recovery here. We spiked down below 10 bucks, got down to 9.93 and 3/4, spurred some profit taking, spurred some new long positions in there, I'm pretty sure, pushing the market sharply higher here yesterday. Not the biggest day for soybeans by any stretch, but I think that's a very, very strong technical recovery. Stochastic pointing toward higher prices. MACD is still in bearish territory, but it's starting to hook up a little bit. There's all sorts of rumors flying around with the government shutdown here. There was some folks I did read here this morning that they're attributing part of the rally here yesterday to the fact that China is going to buy U.S. beans here now that the government's shut down, so they don't have to report anything. I think that's nonsense. But that's what folks are talking about here this morning. That's one of the things we're talking about. There's no export sales today. There'll be no WASDE next week because of the government shutdown. I think life's going to be just fine without it for a period of time, but we'll wait and see what happens here. Looking at December soy meal, down 2 ticks here in the overnight session, 273.5. Finished up 3 here yesterday. Spike low, got all the way down to 270.10. Finishing 3.5 bucks off the lows. I think that's somewhat supportive. Not a huge bullish turn here for soy meal here. You got it kind of going sideways now. Well, for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, including today so far, maybe we're at a support level. This is right against the lows here from late July. We did set new low here for the move, so this could be a spot where soy meal wants to bounce up from. Seasonally, it does tend to turn higher here the last couple months of the year. December soybean oil. 50.53 this morning, it's up 11. Short-term averages are flipping over to the buy side here today in soybean oil. Nice update here yesterday, 93 higher. That was the highest close we'd seen in soybean oil. Well, since September 19th. Today we're up a little bit here as well. Yesterday's high is 50.75. The overnight session tonight matched it. We'll see if they can break through that here today. I think we're real close to a support level, real close to that trend line here. We did bounce off it here a little over a week ago last Tuesday. Could push this market back up to the upper end of the trading range. Chicago wheat's up 2 3/4 here this morning, 5.12. Spiked way lower yesterday as well. Got down to 5.02, but closed it at 5.09 1/4. I think that's somewhat supportive, but this overarching downtrend is still very, very heavy on the wheat market. Hasn't quite made enough of a bullish turn, in my estimation, to say, yep, the bottom's in, we're going higher from here. I'd like to think that's coming soon, but I haven't quite seen it turn all the way around just yet. Same thing here with KC wheat. It's up 2 cents here this morning. Spiked lower yesterday, got to 4.88 on the low side, but we closed 4.95.5, down just 2 1/4. We're up 2 cents here today, 4.97.5. Like to see this get back up above $5. But just like Chicago wheat, downtrend's been hard and it's been heavy here for a while. It's going to take a little bit more technically to turn that around. The Chicago KC wheat spread, buying KC, selling Chicago. It's right here just below that trend line support here. That spread's at minus 14.5 here today. I still think this spread is worth considering here if you're bullish, buying KC, selling Chicago December wheat. I wouldn't risk a whole lot on it. Perhaps that September 2nd low, which was down to minus 17 cents. So from here, 2.5, 3.5 cents or so in risk, give or take a little bit. I don't think that's too much. If the market does start to turn back higher and the spread does start to flip the other direction here, could easily be up here in this 15 to 20 cent range over the next month or so. Other markets that I've got new signals in here today, the stock index is turning higher. S&P's up 17 3/4 right now, 67.79.5, making new contract highs. Short signal was here on Monday. I think I gave you a little bit of caution with that here as well. We are pushing back higher. I like the stock markets from the long side. I think the economy is in fairly decent shape. Is it great? No. Is it getting better? Yeah, I think so. NASDAQ's up 144 here this morning, also pushing to new highs. Short-term averages there flipping to the buy side. So is the Dow, even though it's down 37 here this morning, 46,686 here at the moment. But the uptrend is still fairly firm and intact. And market's getting a little bit whipsawy here, but I would expect the market's stock indexes to continue to go higher. The Russell hasn't quite turned there yet. Back to the bullish side. Still operating from that short signal here from Monday, but I do like buying stock indexes. We had dips here on Tuesday and again yesterday, pushing higher here today. Also got new signals today in the energy markets here. Crude's flipping down to the sell side here, 5-10-day moving averages crossing over. You know, we're at 3.5-month lows roughly here for crude oil. The market might find some support here and bounce, but technically it is getting pretty weak. 5-10-day moving averages flipping over to the sell side. Crude is trading below the 100-day, below the 50-day, and below the 200-day moving average here. That looks technically heavy to me, but this level has found support here right around this 60.50 or so area, $61. We have found support there over the last couple 3.5 months. See if it shows up again today. Unleaded gas is down about, well, just a little bit here this morning. Not even quite down a penny just yet. 187.75 is where we're at here right now. Short-term averages also flipping to the sell side there. Not quite as on the low end like we are here in crude. That would have us down around this $1.82 mark. We're at $1.8775 here right now. But just like crude, we're below the 50, below the 100, below the 200, and the 5-10-day moving average is crossing the sell side. Same thing with diesel. That's down almost 3 cents here on the day. 5-10-day crossing over, breaking below that trend line support that I've got drawn on there. We're below the 50-day there. Still have the 100 and the 200 giving you some support. The 100-day is the closest here at 226.10. Sorry, this one a little bit long here today, folks. Had a lot to talk about. Remember to subscribe if you can. Talk to you tomorrow.